Dr. Rehab Nainar stands as a shining example of the unpredictable paths of life, which is inherently obscure until we reflect on the things down the road. Her journey from a young, curious mind to a distinguished physician and assistant professor at Savita Medical College in Chennai is both inspirational and very much relatable. Thank you so much, Doctor, for being here with us and joining us for our first ever episode of the debuting podcast series What Happens Next, where we interview shining alumni to just get a glimpse of what the future holds for eager students like us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and it's such an honor to have you.
Thank you.
So, as mentioned before, you graduated in 2012, yes. And I was just 5 years old then.
Oh, God. Okay.
So what have you been up to since then, and what are you currently involved in?
Right after I graduated, I finished my exams in school. I straight away started preparing for my medical entrance exam because pretty much before exams I had fixed on the aim of doing medicine. What is life in India? I wanted to stay with people there, connect with them, see what life is in India as an independent girl, and also study medicine there. That is a good place actually because the caseload is very good there. So, and also because I got good marks in my CBSE board exam, that helped me get a MBBS seat in Sri Ramchandra Medical College in Chennai. That's where I spent my 5 years of MBBS, 5.5. And then after internship, I straight away went into NEET PG entrance exam training. And then I got into MD General Medicine in another college in Chennai. And after that, I joined Savita Medical College in Chennai. That is a hospital actually known for dental health, but it was a newly the medical college also is good there. So I joined as a senior resident, and now I'm an assistant professor there.
What were some of the big adjustments that you faced, when transitioning from school life to college or career or even personal?
So basically, I was totally dependent on my parents when I was a school kid. In fact, even my social life also, I totally dependent on my parents because they used to take me everywhere in Doha. Like they used to take me to movies and different kind of outings. They used to take me everywhere, and I used to even go to my friend's place. I didn't have pretty much any difficulty while learning. Also, they helped me. Then what happened was when I moved out and I settled in college, I remember the day when my mom left me in my hostel room. There was a sudden silence and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how those 5 years of MBBS will go through. But then, as days passed by, I didn't know the concept of a credit card or a debit card. So as days passed by, when my dad transferred money, that's how I learned how to use it. Then I learned how to open a bank account. I learned how to wash my own clothes or cook my own food, or even I didn't socialize well when I was in school. You can ask my batchmates. I used to sit in a corner and I used to read, or I used to do something. But when I went into college, I socialized a lot with different kind of people, especially people in India and also people who live abroad. So that's how my outlook or approach to people or speaking to people even broadened even more.
Yeah. So college helped you get out of the bubble?
Yes, exactly. Yes. If you ask Soma ma'am, my biology teacher, she told this to my mom in a parent-teachers meeting that she needs to get out of the shell. Okay, I remember these words and I kept remembering these words even in my college days. So I made it a point, to open out of my shell and, learn different kind of cultures, meet different kind of people, and what is their thought process, what they are thinking about, so that your outlook to life changes. Meeting different kind of people in college really helped me a lot to break that bubble, to break that ice, and emerge as a new different person, as a different person with a greater outlook to life.
That's good. And obviously this is related to time management, because us as students, we keep complaining that we don't have enough time to do many things, and post school life, obviously time management is very essential. So how did you manage that?
Okay, so basically when you join a college, that morning timetable is pretty much fixed, because they tell you from this, that's what happened in my college, so this time to this time I had this class, this time to this time I have to go to this clinical posting, then this time to this time is lunch. Everything was fixed until evening. Then post evening, there are two different kind of people, okay, in college. So one kind, they went outside, because college life is different, okay. It's not like school, like you come back and you study and then you pack your bags and go back to sleep. That's what I used to do in school. Then when I came to college, I was totally shocked. People, they weren't bothered about going through what was taught today. They wanted to go out, see the city, see what's there in the city. They wanted to explore, and they wanted to be with their friends, okay. But there were some kind of people, they wanted to stay in their room, they wanted to study, they wanted to watch movies. So they had a fixed timetable, so they used to sit from maybe 4 to 7. So the 4 to 5 was a evening time for tea and snacks. So our mess used to be open at that time. So we used to get like coffee and samosa. And after that, 5 to 7, they used to study. And then after dinner, they used to like watch some movie and then sleep. So for them, the time was fixed. But the other people, they used to go out and enjoy. That is college life all about.
So which category did you fit in?
I actually am a mix of both. So there are some days when I wanted to, go out, enjoy with my friends. So I did that, I went, I saw the city, because Chennai was, I am from Tamil Nadu, but Chennai was still new to me because I used to stay in Doha, Qatar. So I went out, I enjoyed the city there. I saw different kind of, I ate in different kind of restaurants. I saw what Chennai was famous for. And then, there were some days when I actually sat down and I studied. So, the first 2 days of college, you're really excited and you want to like catch up on studies. You will do that. Then, the other days you will start losing out. Okay, it's fine. I'll just enjoy my day, So I fitted in actually both the categories. So there were some days when I actually sat down and seriously studied. There were group studies, there were a lot of group studies there, and especially when you live in a hostel, there are a lot of group studies there. So we used to like sit in a group and we used to take one topic and study. And it's not like, how I used to study in school, NCRT textbook, I used to learn line to line and underline it. It's not like that. In college, you have to take a topic and consolidate the concept from that topic. What is it trying to tell you, what are the key points, because that only you can write an exam. You cannot write the entire thing. No one is going to read that while correction. So you have to like consolidate the topic. So that's how group studies used to be. So we used to do that, or I used to sit and study alone. And some days I used to go out and enjoy and all that. But if you're staying in a hostel, you have to come back by 9 or 10. But if you're staying alone in a flat or something, you can take your time. So it all depends on what you want from college, okay? Whether you want to emerge as a shining student, then you will have a fixed timetable. Okay, this time to this time I will study. And this time to this time I can, relax, enjoy, watch a movie or eat dinner, like that. But if you want to enjoy college life, okay, studies can wait little later, I want to enjoy, and those kind of people also are there. but you have to, fix your mind as to what you want at the end of the 5 years or 4 years of your college, what you want from yourself, whether you want to be a good student or you want to, enjoy and then later study. It all depends on your intention, your aim. So accordingly, you have to balance. You cannot sit in one room and study all the day. It makes you a boring person. So 2-3 days you can study, and then 3 days you can enjoy. Then again the 3 days you can study. You can take that liberty. And one more thing is, if your school education is good, in exams, while writing the college exams, that also helps you. So you can actually take those fundamentals from your school and put it on the paper when you're writing your college exams. That really helps actually. So you cannot learn everything when you are a college student. You have to consolidate the concept, fix certain days when you want to study, and the other days, you can take out the time, be with your friends, see the city, or do the things what you want to in your leisure. Yeah.
Do you think it depends on the country as well?
Yes, it does. It does.
So if you were here in Qatar, do you think some things would have been different?
I would still have been under the umbrella of my parents. Then what happens, I will only see the life which my parents wanted me to see. Okay, so my father will take me to the places which he likes or which I like. It will be monotonous. There won't be, life is all about living that adventure. So I guess, if I'm in Doha, Qatar, I will be under the umbrella of my parents. So it will be kind of a protected life. But when you move out, it is different, okay? You will get to live your adventure. You can see different things in your own eyesight. When you see it independently, things change. You have a better outlook. But at the same time, you have to remind yourself that, you have parents back at home. So you have to keep in mind the values that they taught you. So you don't never go astray. But at the same time, see life, see in the city where you're studying, see what that city is all about, eat in different kind of restaurants, talk to different kind of people. That really improves you as a person, okay? Then adaptability later in life becomes easier. That's what I feel. If I had moved from India to study in Doha, Qatar, that also would have been a different thing, okay? Because suppose my parents were staying in India and I've moved here, then that also changes, okay? Here there will be more of students from the abroad. So I will learn their culture. I will be less exposed to Indian culture. I'll be more exposed to their culture. So things also change, okay? The way they eat, the way they talk, the way they read, that also changes. Or even the movies or the series that they watch, that also changes. So yeah, I will be more having a Western outlook as if that was concerned. If I'm staying in India away from my parents, I will be seeing more of Indian content or eating more at Indian restaurants or talking to people who have more of Indian ways of doing things. Yeah. So yeah, but you have to move away from the umbrella of your parents and stay on your own, see life. Then only you will realize that, okay, this is what I'm capable of doing on my own. So when you have your life of your own, when you get married or you're in a relationship, you're with your partner, so that time, adaptability becomes better because you're living on your own and you know what you're capable of, you know what are your strengths. Once you're living, even in your college life, you're living with your parents, then I don't think the adaptability is much better because you're more protected. your parents will do all the things for you. When you move out, then you realize that okay, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, and you challenge yourself even more to, reduce your weaknesses.
And were there any moments where you felt like you were grappled with the feeling of isolation or, loneliness?
Yes, yes, that does happen a lot. When you are in your 20s, that does happen a lot. Lot of insecurities creep in because you don't know whether, you start doing something and then you lose track of it. You don't know whether you are doing the right thing or you're doing the wrong thing. So that time what happens, you feel like you're lonely, or someone is ragging you, or someone is telling you, no, you're doing the wrong thing, this is what it has to be done, or there must be some teacher who is constantly taunting you, or a friend who's constantly taunting you, or sometimes even your parents keep calling and telling you that where are you, what are you doing, no, this is not this is how it should be done, like that. So that time you feel like okay, you're lonely, you're very sad or depressed. So what I do is I just let it go, I just take that time to I just take it, I just remain patient. That is how I deal with it. I do talk to my mother especially as to what to do. She tells me just to be patient, everything will be fine. See, it's all about patience, especially so in this lifetime when you have things happening at a faster pace, in 30 minutes you just order a meal and it comes through a delivery app, or things get delivered fastly to you. So in this fast running life, people have forgotten to be patient. So when you feel that something is not right, you want to find a solution immediately to it. That's not how things work. Things work at their own pace. So you have to let it take its own time. When you feel lonely, the best way is just to reach out to your parents or reach out to a friend who's trustworthy, and then just remain patient. It will go on its own, and do the things what you like to, but remain patient. That's what I feel should be done. Yeah.
And what about your career aspirations as of now?
Okay, career, I want to be more of a teacher, so I want to become a professor at the end. What I have planned for my life is I want to become a professor of medicine. I want to teach young doctors about general medicine and about the emerging new trends in general medicine. I also want to run a unit, as a head of department. I want to run my own unit of general medicine in a college. That's what I want to do, because I can apply new things in my department. I can introduce new techniques in education and at the same time do a lot of research. Right now what India needs is a good research and a lot of research in different aspects of general medicine, like with the changing trends of infectious diseases, or be it now connective tissue disorders are becoming very rampant, and not many people have good access to care or medicines. They have to spend a lot of money to buy those medicines. So that should not be the case. We as doctors, we cannot be fully dependent on the government also. We should ourselves invent new techniques as to how we can deliver those medicines or those new techniques or to our public in India. And also research is very poor, I feel, in India. Not many people want to take up research. It is all left on the government institutes or those government institutes. So Even if you want to develop a new vaccine, I don't think all the colleges or all the healthcare centers would be able to do that. Only government institutes which are funded can do that. So I want to bring a change to that. I want to introduce research in everywhere. Wherever I work, I want to introduce research there. I want to also research myself a lot of topics in medicine, those emerging trends, and also run a unit of mine in a general medicine department. I want to run a department of my own and introduce new techniques of education as to train students and become good physicians.
So, reflecting on all your experiences, what values or key lessons would you like to emphasize for the current generation?
Key values for the current generation. The first important thing, as I said before, is patience. Patience is a very important value which I feel today's generation is losing, especially with everything that is fast paced now. People have lost, people don't know how to be patient. They want everything to be done in a jiffy. That's not how things work. That is one thing, patience. I am still not a patient person yet. I am also learning how to be a patient person. But I feel after marriage, especially living with another person has really taught me a lot to be a patient person, because you are trying to adapt to each other, and it has made me a good listener also. So patience and good listening skills. Then the third thing is to be able to explore anything in world. Okay, you should be open to anything. I think you should not live in your own comfort zone. You should open out, explore different cultures, and not look down upon people who are not of your type of culture, of a different type of culture. You should be comfortable with anyone who comes from any background. You should be able to talk to them, to be able to laugh with them, sit with them in one place and enjoy life. That's what I feel. And learn new skills, not settle in one thing. Learn different skills and use those skills to the best. That's what I feel. So to sum it up, I would say patience, good listening, and to be open to different kind of things in life and learn new set of skills, to be able to talk to anyone who is coming from any culture or any background. You should be really comfortable talking to them. That's what I feel needs in this lifetime. Yeah.
And on a professional level?
On a professional level, the same thing. You should
Career-based.
Career-based, that also maybe applies to the career. You should be able to learn different set of skills. Now, AI is something new to us now. So I will take an example of my college. Before, in medical colleges, when a person walks in, we used to write in a notebook and send them. Like the documentation of the treatment is in the card now, card before. Now it is computerized. Now I think it is in Doha before itself. That's what my father told me. But now they have launched that new concept in my college, that everything is computerized. So if a patient walks in, you should enter those complaints, their chief complaints, into a database, and the pharmacy, drugs, everything is approved from that same database. So everything is computerized. Nothing is on record, like on paper now. Everything is computerized. So even when a patient dies, or the death summary, that everything is timed. So you cannot forge anything. So computer is something which is becoming, that usage of computer and technology is becoming very rampant nowadays in this life. So we have to, so that's what made me realize that we cannot be constant on one thing. We have to keep changing. We have to learn different set of skills. We have to move with the current trends. So the current trend is AI. So you have basically in career life, the ability to learn different skills really helps you. And moving with the current trends, that's first thing. Second thing is to be in touch with the outside world. You should not be in your own bubble. So you open Instagram, you open Facebook, you open Google, you read the newspapers. Be exposed to what is happening around the world really helps you in your career, especially as a medical professional. You should know what's going on in the world, what vaccines are being launched, or what new drug is being launched. That is also revealed in the paper. So keeping in touch with what are the current trends, that's one thing. Second thing is to be able to learn new set of skills each and every time in life. And the third thing is reading, especially reading different kind of books, reading different kind of articles really helps you broaden your approach. So till now I make it a point to read at least a book or a newspaper, and that too not in English, in your local language as well.
Why so?
Why so? Because you should not leave touch with your mother tongue. That's very important. That's what I learned in my life. I was not my mother tongue is Tamil. I'm not really
Are you
good.
fluent?
No, I'm not. My husband will actually tell that, but he still teaches me new things. He's very good in Tamil, but I'm not really good.
Do you have regrets about not being fluent with it?
I do regret it. My grandmother is very fluent in Tamil. My husband and his parents are really fluent because they have stayed there in Tamil Nadu. So they are really fluent about it. So if I make a small grammatical error, I feel really bad about it. But life is a learning process. You keep learning things. So now I've started reading newspapers in Tamil. Not every day I read. Whenever I go to my in-laws' place or whenever I'm in a train, they give me Tamil newspaper. I make it a point to read at least what is written there. If I don't understand it, I'll ask my husband, or I will have some other technique as to, And one more important thing is to listen to what other people are speaking, and movies. That's how you be in touch with your mother tongue. So you watch movies from that in that language, and also you talk to the people there and what they are saying, what lingo they are using. That also you kind of listen and make it a part of your lingo as well. So in that way you are in touch with your mother tongue as well. English is fine. You have to be fluent in English. That's okay. I'm totally for that. But at the same time, you should also learn different languages. And the first important thing being learn your mother tongue and also other languages.
And so, what are your future goals for, you as a doctor, other than being the head of the department?
Yes. So those are like short-term goals. Long-term goals are something to do with leadership. So I do want to get into the medical education board, and I want to modify the way how the medical education works in India. I feel a lot of new approaches have been taken abroad. And still in India, we are still stuck up with our own old ways. I think we have to come out of that. Now, slowly changes are coming, but it is not fully implemented everywhere because, we feel scared to break out of our old techniques and come into and apply new techniques to our life. So, yes.
And one final question before we end it. Were you always aspirational as a child as well? Did you always have, aspirations to become something big and to achieve so much in life?
Since what age are you asking?
Since maybe my age.
Okay. Basically, and especially when I see my parents and when they get applauded for their work. So very early in my age, as a child, I've seen that, and I wanted to be the same, So I wanted to be a person who is applauded by people. Yes, I was inspired from my childhood. That's because of my parents, and that's because of the movies that I had seen that really inspired me to be a good person and to do good for the community. And inspire other people to do good work as well.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Well, you've certainly become a role model to many people watching this podcast.
I hope so.
You're doing it right now.
I hope to come. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.